Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll, and today I come to you with this wonderful doll called Dolly Rekord. Let's talk about her and where I am with her and what's all going on about her. And she's a very exciting piece to work on because she does talk, and she's not the first talking doll, but she is very important to the talking doll world. And she was made in 1924. She has cylinders that go into her belly, and she has a horn that comes out the back of her. It's all buried in her body, but you can hear her. There's a recording of songs, and I only have 2 cylinders. I would like to get more cylinders for her down the road, and if I can find more, I'm going to. Every now and again I do see them on eBay. If I see them, I'm going to try picking them up. You got to know the ones that you have, and you buy the ones that you don't have, right? That's how it goes. But anyways, this is where I am with her now. Let's take a look at her head. Now, not all of this is from me. Some of it is just the make of how composition is made. But this is all the little pit holes. Some of this is from my knife. Some of this is not from my knife. Some of this is just what composition is like. It's pitty. It can be, it's a very pitty substance. Sometimes composition can be nice and smooth. Sometimes it can be a little pitty. And it has nothing to do with the grade of composition. Nothing to do with it. It's just how it's made. It's wood. So anyways, it's sawdust and glue compressed together with mucilage glue, or maybe even a stronger glue, maybe some type of a horse glue they used back then. And they bonded it together through first it was done through a cold press, and then they went to a heat press, and they press it together, and it forms these wonderful dolls in molds. Now, I have sanded her, not completely done yet, but you can see on her right in here how her all the little pittedness. Now, some of this could be from child's play, where the paint got dented in. Her paint she was needing to be redone because of how bad her paint job was. Remember, she's 100 years old, 101 to be exact. So, you know, I think my paint would be missing too. Something would be missing off of me after 101 years, you know. So anyhow, as that may be, she's in very good condition otherwise. She did have a crack on her head, which was, I think, was right up in here, and I just put some spackling on her. This is what I use. For those that don't know, I use dry deck spackling. It works it's wonderful on dolls, wonderful. And anyways, that's what this is here. I sanded it down. It does fall into, the dry decks will fall into all the little crevices where my knife, you can see where my knife would hit there. This is knife now. Some of this is not knife. This is composition, what it does. And what we want, why am I doing this, is that we want the paint to absorb onto as much wood as possible, not onto the dry decks. We want it to go onto the wood and let it adhere to it, because that's where the love affair is when it comes to oil paint and composition. When oil paint and composition meet, it's like you got your peanut butter in my chocolate, you got your chocolate in my peanut butter. Well, you got your oil paint on my composition wood, and you got your composition wood on the paint, in the paint. So that's one thing, they love each other. That's why I do not promote acrylic on these old dolls. It does not soak in, it doesn't become part of the wood, it doesn't become part of the doll, and it will lift down, all your hard work will be in vain down the road. So you want to do the right thing in the beginning, and these old wood dolls love this paint. I imagine if they had acrylic back then as a free usage, mind you, there was a lot of plastic that was back in those days that they were tampering with, and I don't want to say tampering, it makes it sound, you know, they shouldn't have been doing it or something, but they were inventing and looking at, but it wasn't into dolls yet or anything like that. We need another 30-40 years, hitting the late 40s, 50s, and that's when it all came out. We need to get through a World War II for it to really get its place in our society. But it was there. It was being looked at. But anyhow, as that may be, this wonderful oil paint loves the wood. And I can't say it any more than that. And that's what we're going to be painting with here. Now, she's looking really good. A little bit more sanding, just a little bit more here and there, but nothing great. Her head is almost done, and we're going to be moving on to her legs. I have a leg here that's been totally covered to what I wanted it to be. Now, you could fix this up here if you wanted to, but this is not seen. This is all covered with cloth. This is where the leg wraps around, and a wire would go in here. Or you could today use a zip tie, which is what I use today. I use, zip ties around now. I do use some today's things on these old dolls. Yes, I do. And I will put, you can use a wire. If you want to go back to wire, you can rewire these. Or you can use a zip tie. It doesn't matter. It's not seen. It's hidden in the cloth. Okay? So if it was seen, I wouldn't use it. But because it's not seen, I use it. But this doll here, her leg, she's a big girl. You can see, look how big her leg is, like the palm of my hand. It's right there. Look at that. Look at that. You know, that's how big the opening of her leg is, you know. But anyways, yeah, she's got this beautiful big foot. Think of the shoes that, like, I've got her shoes here, and I can't wait to get them cleaned up and get them back on her. She's got beautiful little shoes. Where are they here? Do I still have them inside? Yeah, I do. They're still here. These little shoes. Look at those. Oh, little button-up shoes. Those are her shoes. So we have got a lot to do on her yet before we get to that point of cleaning up her shoes and everything. But she's gorgeous. This leg is beautiful. So once we get to sand it down, it's going to be a beautiful leg for the doll. Here's one already almost done. We still have some more sanding yet to do on it. Yeah, it's broke there, but like I said, we're not going to be seeing that. We're just going to be coming up, and that'll be up in the body. This, from this part up, it's all hidden by cloth. So... But a lot of this is me, yes. Some of this is from me, and some of it's just the makeup of the composition. Okay, we got to remember, composition is porous. It soaks up water. So if it soaks up water, what do you think oil paint, the oil from the oil paint's going to do? It's going to love it. You know, wood loves oil. Now here's an arm that I started spackling. I haven't finished it. And on here you can see the little nick marks from my knife. Those are the little knickknacks. Those are mine. Those are what I put in. But you'll see a lot of other damage along the way, or other things on the doll that needs to be looked at, that's not from me. And it's just, like I say, the composition itself, you know. So this arm here needs to be done. We have some holes in the arm, so we need to get that looked after. But these are surface. This spackling can handle that, no problem whatsoever. Not a problem. And all her fingers are there, so we don't have to mend fingers or anything. That's the wonderful part about this. Now, my next doll that I'm going to be working on coming up here very, very, very soon is my Dopey doll. I think, is this Dopey or Happy? Maybe this is Happy. Was it Dopey? I know there's Dopey, and I thought there was a Happy doll. Maybe this is Happy or Dopey or one of them. Anyways, it needs to be put back together. But we got a hole in the head here, and we got to fix this up here. So this is why I'm thinking, do I want to rebuild this up with composition or milliput? What do I want to use? Usually I run right to my milliput, but I'm doing some thinking here. I'm doing some thunking, and I'm going to thunk away and see what I can come up with. I've got a crack here that we need to make sure that we're reinforcing. Does it go all the way through? Yes, it goes all the way through. So you can see it right through, right by the ear here, that we're going to need to reinforce on this side as well as this side. So we'll take a look at him and see what we need to do for him and reinforce where we need to reinforce. We also have another crack right here that needs to be reinforced as well. So we have some things that we have to look at on him before we seal his head up. I want to make sure we're getting all the cracks done on him before we seal him. He does have a lock system here, which I see on him as well. Here's the lock. This is called a lock right here, where it juts in, and it has a little outlet there, and this just goes right into there, and that's to help keep it sturdy when it's together so that it doesn't move. So yeah, but somehow along the way he took a real bashing, but we're going to get him looked after here, and we're going to get him back together again and looking as cute as a button. That's our next steps. So those are the two dolls that I'm working on right now, and I'm just letting some bodies dry inside the shop there. We'll be stringing some Patsy dolls coming up. It'll be stringing time soon. I want to blush and then string. So we got a lot going on here, and yeah, I'm really happy where we're heading off to. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff here. So anyways, thank you for joining me on this. All I'm going to do is sit out here and sand. I've got a beautiful day. This morning I was out here. It's very humid, but we got a nice breeze, and we are now, the sky is cleared up. It rained last night, so we got some wonderful rain, which we've been needing, and I hope it rains again soon. I hope we do get some more rain, but right now the skies are clear and the humidity has lifted, and I am enjoying this right now like you wouldn't believe. So, oh, a beautiful day in southwestern Ontario, Canada. So thank you for joining me, for all that have dropped by, and for those that have dropped by and are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because you don't know what I'm going to be mucking my hands into and doing, and the wonderful dolls that I will be restoring. I've got a world of different dolls. They're all different, and different stories behind them and everything, and by different companies, and different, some of them are from around the same time period, because the 1920s, it's the Roaring 20s, and everybody wanted a piece of the pie. And Shirley Temple hasn't come yet, We're still, she has just being born. She's going to be born soon. And we have to wait till she's about 3 years old that she starts getting into movies. All right, well, thanks again for joining me. Lots of history here. Lots of wonderful history. Thanks again for coming and dropping by. My subscribers who are both old, new, and in between, and those who are going to subscribe to me as you're passing by because you say, hey, I like this lady, and I understand why you do. All right, bye-bye.